Do you think there's a value of holding a thought like, I am that in my mind without having an experience to validate it? Is it valuable?
It's a matter of degree. So having a thought like I am that, or I am Brahman, or I am the absolute, compared to some other thoughts you may have, this is useful. Okay. So if you had to choose between certain thoughts, then yes, this is a good thought. But much better is to let go of all these thoughts and go into silence, go into the self. Then you are abiding as that, which is totally, 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 totally different to thinking I am that. It's just totally different. You cannot compare the two. There's zero comparison. Someone asked Ramana, when I meditate, when I do my spiritual practice, when I do my sadhana, what attitude or feeling should I have? The word I think he used was bhavana. Bhavana means attitude or feeling. It's a word that doesn't have an English equivalent, but it kind of means this, attitude, feeling. It's in between, or it includes both thinking and feeling. What bhavana should I have? And Ramana says, you don't need any bhavana. You are the self. Abide as the self. You see, you don't need to trick yourself into being the self. You are the self. It's actually the truth. So you don't need to convince yourself or believe it. You need to discover it. You know? It's like, I don't know. Say there's a hill near where you live, and on the other side of the hill there's some treasure. You can say, maybe you can have an argument with someone whether the treasure's behind the hill or not. And maybe you believe there is treasure on the other side of the hill and someone else believes there isn't. And you can maybe have different attitudes or different feelings about it. Oh, I think the treasure will be gold. Oh, I think the treasure will be silver. Oh, I think the treasure will be bronze. I don't know. I think the treasure will be easy to find. Or maybe you convince yourself there is treasure. There is treasure behind the hill. 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 You see? But you don't need any of these thoughts to discover the treasure. You just need to do what you need to do. You need to go to the other side of the hill. And then maybe you didn't believe there was treasure. Maybe you did believe there was treasure. Maybe you thought it was gold. Maybe it was silver. It doesn't matter. You discover it, the truth, then that's the truth. Now you know there's treasure. You discover what the nature of that treasure is. You just got to follow the instruction. Go to the other side of the hill. The equivalent instruction is do self-inquiry, abide as the self. Remove all thinking. Know what you are, the subject. If you just still the mind through whatever means comes naturally to you, I always like following the breath. That's just what I like. Some people like chanting a mantra. Some people do something else, If you just, with love, with devotion, invoking Ramana's grace, you silence, still your mind, and you realize you are the subject. Have this teaching in your mind and go towards the subject. You'll discover the reality for yourself. This is far better than any kind of mental repetition, trying to, convince the ego that it's not the body, mind or something, which is very superficial. You'll discover when you go into silence, maybe you discovered already, that when you go into silence and abide as a self, it's qualitatively different. It's totally different to all the mental stuff that 99.9% of spirituality is concerned with. It's just on a totally different level.